When I was a CT1, there was an ST6 whose name was on the SHO rota, and I remember thinking, this guy is nearly a consultant. What are they doing on the SHO rota? I am now an ST5, and I appear on the SHO rota, and in this video I'm here to explain why. Hi guys, my name is Sissy, and I'm an ST5 psychiatry resident doctor, and I appear on the SHO rota, and I'm here to explain why. So in the month of August, which has just been, I was on the rota like so many times. Honestly, I think I had the same number of on calls as I did when I was an SHO. And I'm here to explain why exactly this happens. When you move on from CT3 to ST4, so from core training to higher training, you get a promotion. You're now a registrar. You even move over to the right. On our rota system, it's SHO, day shift, night shift, and there is SPR, and then consultant. So you move closer to the consultant side, and the on calls are even less frequent. I have like 0 to 2 a month. Yeah, that's right, 0 to 2 a month. And so in August, I was on the SPR rota 0 times, and then this month I'll be there 2 times, and then sometimes 1 time. So the on calls are less frequent. The on calls as a registrar are non-resident, so you don't have to actually be there, and you have more responsibility as an SPR. You're able to do more than you could as a core trainee. So there's a lot of pros. So you kind of get promoted in that way, but it doesn't match up in the money. You do not get paid more. When I was in CT1, my SPR at the time was an ST4, and she told me that you actually get a pay cut because the on-calls are less. You have less on-calls, so your base salary increases, but because your on-call supplement is less, because you're not doing as many on-calls, the salary becomes less than at CT3 level. That's what she told me in her experience so many years ago. This was like 6 years ago, like 5 years ago. So for me, at the time I moved on, it's a bit different because I moved to ST4 in the same year that we were striking. We striked, resident doctors striked, and then we got a pay increase. So I did get a pay increase, but everyone else got a pay increase. So as an ST4, my salary was higher than when I was a CT3, but I have a feeling that a CT3 salary would be the same. I don't know any ST3s who can tell me what their salary is. I haven't asked anyone anyway, so I don't actually know what CT3 salary is, but the ST4 salary I think might be the same as CT3 salary due to the on-call situation, and ST5 salary is also the same because there's no pay increase from ST4 to 5. You keep going higher, but the money doesn't add up, doesn't like increase, and the increase for me hasn't been that much. And I'm in a single income household. I'm a main income earner in my household. I have 3 kids. I have bills to pay. I have things to pay for. So I need extra money. Most SPRs or registrars they get more money by doing mental health act assessments. And mental health act assessments are usually done out of hours. That's how I usually manage it. And for me personally, I haven't been doing many of them because it's a bit unpredictable. Like you just don't know when one is going to happen. Like anytime, you have to just be ready constantly. Anytime for an MHA to happen, and then you go and then you do it. So that's what happens. That's how most people do it. But for me, I find doing SHO locum shifts easier because, first of all, I mostly do nights. And I do usually a Friday night because Friday is my non-working day. So I do a Friday night, which means it's this disruptive to my routine because I have my regular day as a Friday, and then at night I go for the night, and then the next day I have a Saturday. Yeah, so it's not so disruptive. The nights are not usually very busy anyway, and I started doing this when I was in ST4, which is when I had just been at CT3. So to me, I don't feel that far off from SHO years. Like it feels pretty recent to me, and because I've never stopped doing them, it has never become so strange for me. So I do my shift, and I get my money because at the end of the day, that is the point. The point is the money. And in terms of what the money is, so an SHO shift for me in my area is about 750 pounds, like for that 12-hour shift before taxes. And after taxes, For me, because my tax bracket is now 40%, it's only £400. It's like £400 for a 12-hour shift, which when you break that down per 12 hours, it's like £33 take home, because the actual advertised rate is £60 or £65 per hour, but I don't really care about that because I'm not getting that in my bank account. I'm only getting like £33 per hour at the end of it all. And another reason for doing locum shifts of SHOs is that there is no locum shifts for wages, because the way it is that for us, whether we are there or not, life still moves on. Whether there's a wage or there isn't, life still moves on. That's why we don't have so many slots on the rota, because I guess they feel like they don't mind whether we're there or not. And if you do an MHA, which is the other way to make extra money as a wage, MHAs in my trust are paid at £199 before tax, so £200 before tax, which at the end of that day, after 40%, then you're left with how much? 200 minus 40, yes, £160 roughly. But how long does an MHA take? It can be really quick, like an hour, or even like 4 hours, because first of all, there's travel time to wherever the place is. And then the last MHA that I did, it took me about 20 minutes to get to the place, but then I was there for like 2 hours, because I took about an hour just waiting for the amp to come. She had told me be here at this time, but then still when I reached, I waited an hour for the amp to come. The amp comes, it takes us 1 hour talking to the patient, and then it took me another 1 hour doing the notes. And also, by the way, I've forgotten to add, it takes me 30 minutes to 1 hour reading up about the patient as well, because I can't just go. I have to read up and see what's been going on. And some things it's pretty straightforward, but other times it's not straightforward. So you never know how long it will take you. So that's like 4 hours of work for me. The last MHA I did, 4 hours of work for £160 is roughly £40 per hour, which sounds a bit more than if I do that 12-hour locum shift. But for me, I just find it easier. I find it easier. So in the month of August, I think I did like 6 locum shifts, 6 SHO locum shifts. And another reason I had a lot of pressure is because I had a lot of dates. I've done another video where I got an HMRC tax bill of 10K. So the pressure was on, honestly. The pressure was on. I needed the money, and I'm pleased to say I finally got it. So I've got the money, and that month of August, it means that every money I was earning was 100% for tax, which is so painful and sad. But at the same time, I'm grateful I even had the source of income. I had the opportunity. I've done the shifts. I've now done that. So now I'm going to do locum shifts. I'll still do locum shifts because I need money for other things. And I find it, for me, it's not very difficult. The only thing to be aware of, I guess, is if you are SPR watching this, is that some people, I imagine, feel a bit of like ego. Is it like feeling like, oh, how can I, as an SPR, how can I be doing SHO shifts? And I don't feel that, because maybe I did a little bit. I was like, oh, well, I feel like it's not ego. Like for me, what I felt is disappointment, that I had hoped that at this point in my life, I don't have to be doing night shifts anymore. But unfortunately, I still do. So I'm in ST5 now, and in my mind, I might still be doing them up to ST6. I might, because I have lots of financial requirements. And I have accepted that. And my point is money. Is it like honest living? It's an honest living. I'm not robbing anyone, and I'm making an honest living, and I know my needs, and I have my budget, and so I'm going to still be doing the shifts until I finish and I become a consultant. And I look forward to becoming a consultant, so then I stop doing these shifts, and then I can do locum consultant shifts, which are hopefully easier because you don't actually have to be there the whole entire time, like for these shifts. So anyway, that's it, guys. I hope that video was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know below. In this video here, I'll share about how I got this 10K bill and what that was like.